we're installing the monster disc brake kit on this 1973 Bronco. Now, one of the things that we're installing is this power booster. So I just wanted to take a minute and help you guys realize if you need a new power booster. Now, how a brake booster or power booster works is when you push on the pedal, it uses the engine vacuum to help assist you in pushing on the brakes. So it's more of like a brake assistant. Now, how do you know if your brake booster is working? Well, there are three ways that you can kind of tell if you might be having issues with your brake booster. One, if it's really difficult to push on your brake. With your brake booster, your brake pedal should be pretty easy to push. The second thing to check is stopping distance. If it's taking longer and longer for your Bronco to stop, your power booster might be broken. And number three, if your engine is stalling or the RPMs drop when you push on your brakes, most likely then your brake booster isn't really working right, because your brake booster, again, works off of the engine vacuum. So something is wrong if your RPMs are dropping drastically or your engine is just plain stalling when you're stepping on the brakes.
Skinny jeans.
Now, one way to test if your brake booster is working is get your skinny jeans on, because that's how you begin any good test. But then you want to just push the brake pedal 5 or 6 times and get it firm underneath your foot. Then when you turn the engine on, if the brake pedal actually drops down a little bit, that means that your brake booster is working. That means that it's working good. So if you're having some of these other problems, then it's probably not your brake booster, it's probably something else. You hear that? People are calling in right now to get a new brake system. You should too. So what do you want to check when you are at your engine with your brake booster? Well, the first thing you want to check are your hoses. You want to make sure that your hose going from your intake manifold to your vacuum booster doesn't have any cracks or leaks in it, and that the fitting that is on the brake booster is secure and it's not leaking itself. The other thing you want to check is vacuum. Now, most brake boosters of today need at least 18 inches of vacuum to operate properly. And some of you guys, if you've upgraded your cam, if you've just been doing a bunch of engine upgrades, you're probably not getting 18 inches of vacuum.
All right, so John mentioned how to check your booster if it's not working properly or not. Well, I want to show you real quick how to test for vacuum. Now, what you're going to need is a gauge that actually reads vacuum in inches, and you can pick one of these up at the auto parts store, no problem. Then you're going to attach one end of the gauge into the hose that feeds into the booster. Just simply slip it into place, turn the vehicle on, and it'll literally measure your vacuum right here on this gauge. All right, so if you don't have enough vacuum and you need more in order for your brakes to work properly, well, the first thing you really should think about is just how worn out and old this motor is. It's very possible that it's just not creating enough, and maybe it's time to freshen it up. Now, if your motor is fresh or if it's high performance, then you're going to want to go with like a vacuum reservoir, and a reservoir usually should provide enough vacuum, but if you need a little more than that, a vacuum pump is also going to be needed. You can check the links below for those items. Thanks again for watching, guys, and appreciate all the feedback that you guys leave in the comments. We'll catch you next time.